So today we are going to start our last point from the unit number 2, that are dental products. Now, why there is need to study these dental products? What is the necessity behind that? Now, everybody and there is too much of education will be done on the basis of for the cleaning of the dental products. So, dental hygiene has been considered that important since long back. In order to maintain the dental hygiene, numerous dental products are available in the market. Now we know so many types of and brands of toothpaste are there in the market. In order to maintain the hygiene of dental products, or in order to maintain the hygiene of dental enamel, many chemical find use in their preparation as well as in the dentistry. Now we are going to see every second there will be and presentation of the ad which is related to the dental products. It will be related to close-ups and Colgates, anything, Pepsodent. So many are there. The dental products are available in the market to maintain the dental hygiene. As we all know, the hygiene of dental enamel is too much necessary to for our healthy behavior and healthiness of our human being. So it is well known that the clean tooth keep good health and clean teeth cannot decay. We all know if our teeth are clean, then it will not undergo a decay procedure, or it will not undergo an uh, sensitization procedure. So we have to maintain the cleanliness of that dental enamel. It is not possible to clean the teeth continually all the years. But there are some limitations for the cleaning of the teeth. We cannot clean the teeth all the years together. Numerous factors they are contributing to the dental decay, and the problem of oral hygiene arises. Now, there are several factors which will contribute to the hygiene procedure of the dental decay, and that's why the problem of oral hygiene arises. Now, there are, in the next slide, we are going to see the anatomy of the dental enamel. So, this is an TS of our dental enamel. So, what are the coverings? What will be the parts of that dental that we are going to see? So, this is the picture which is in front of you will give the picture of one dent. That is, now what is the anatomy behind? This is the TS of our dental enamel. Now, it must be surrounded a blood supply and nervous supply. Then, the basically tooth is divided into three main parts: root, crown, and in between this crown and root, there is middle part. This is known as neck of that teeth. So, this is the TS of the teeth, basically divided into three parts: root, crown, and the in between part which is surrounded by this red lining is known as neck. Generally, the neck portion of the teeth will cover the gum and their gum enamel. Now, what are the basic parts of the teeth? Now, it is divided into an enamel. Inner to that, it is dentine, then pulp, and this is surrounded and it is situated in the socket of jawbone. It is surrounded also by the blood supply of the gum. Then, in order to give on the fixation procedure, there is a cementum, and everything of this dental enamel is supported and it is given by supplied by the blood vessels and the nerves. Now, basically, the tooth is divided into three main layers of calcified tissue. Now, what are those three layers? It is dentine, then cementum, and then enamel. So, first layer, enamel, dentine, and cementum. Now, what is dentine? What is dentine? Now, dentine is nothing but it surrounds the pulp cavity and extend throughout the entire portion of the teeth. So, it is going to cover the tooth cavity. It is protective covering of the tooth cavity, and it is surrounded throughout the dental cavity. So this yellow color portion, that is dentine, it is surrounded by all over to the tooth cavity. This is first part. Then cementum. This is cementum, which is in the reddish pinkish color it is described. So what is cementum? A layer covering the portion of teeth lying buried in the gum. So whatever portion of the teeth it is going to buried in this gum, that portion is covered by the cementum in order to give the fixed attachment to this teeth. So what is the function of dentine? To cover all the entire dental cavity of the tooth. Then cementum is going to give the fixation, and it is going to cover the part of that tooth which is embedded, which is deposited in the gum cavity. Now, the last part is enamel. This is blue covering. White hard material covering the portion of teeth which is projecting above the gum. So this enamel is going to cover the portion of the teeth which is protruded out, which is projecting outside the gum. That actually involved in the chewing and other mastication procedure. That enamel is going to covered by the white hard material of the mineral ions, which is protruding out the part which is outside the gum. So these basically the tooth is divided into these three parts. Now, what type of dental hygiene or dental common dental products are there that we have to face during our healthy behavior? So the common dental problems are dental caries. This is most and foremost problem which everybody is facing in his life. That is dental caries, which is formed by the growth and the implantation of the karyogenic microorganism. Now, what type of microorganism are going to form the caries? Caries means a formation of tooth decay procedure. That कुजण्याची procedure जी काही followed केली जाते, it is known as caries. Formation of cavity होते. See, the picture is in front of you in the slide. Will give the what is the meaning of the word caries. So this tooth decay procedure will be start in the at any stage of the life. So this is known as dental caries, and this is foremost and most important problem of the dental caries. Now, what is the reason behind that? Why any person is going to be suffered from this? It is due to bacteria and food. Now, what bacteria are going to play a role in the formation of dental caries? They are going to produce acid. Now, we all know there are some of the useful microorganisms and bacteria are there in our digestive system to digest our food. But those microorganisms are going to produce lactic acid during metabolism of this food material. Now, this formed lactic acid in our mouth and enamel cavity, which will be demineralize the enamel. Now, we all know, just now only we have seen the dental enamel or the enamel covering. The enamel, which is part of the covering, protruded outside the gum. Now, this enamel is nothing but this demineralization of this enamel will be happening due to the attack of those bacteria, or those bacteria will produce lactic acid after metabolism of the food, and this lactic acid will act on this enamel, dental enamel, to form the demineralization procedure. Demineralization means enamel मध्ये we know calcium phosphate minerals are there, आणि त्यांच्यापासून मिनरलायझेशन किंवा मिनरल रिलीज करण्याची प्रोसिजर केली जाते. इट इज नोन ॲज demineralization of the enamel. This is one of the reason behind to form the dental caries kiva tooth decay procedure. And the next reason is food. Food with a high concentration of sugar. If any person is going to eat a sugar, it is in high quantity, then the treatment of both of these for the dental caries, which whether it is carried by the or whether it is produced by the bacteria and whether it is produced by the food, we have to treat that person with the fluorides, and the marketed formulation which will contain the fluoride ion are sodium fluoride. And to alleviate the pain, if this tooth decay and dental caries procedure, if it is associated with pain in the dental cavity, so we have to give the oral analgesics, for example, acetaminophen. So this is a treatment for the common dental first problem, that is dental caries. Now the next problem which is associated with the dental common dental problem is plaque and calcus. Now, what is this plaque and calcus? Plaque is nothing but this type of formation and deposition of the material inside the teeth. So it is sticky substance formed by the attachment of the bacteria to the pedicel which is this cellular glycoprotein. Now we all know, just now we have discussed that our mouth is surrounded by so many useful and unwanted microorganisms and bacteria. These bacteria are involved in the metabolism and digestion procedure of the food. But during this digestion procedure, those all bacteria will produce a glycoprotein material uh, during their digestion procedure, and this glycoprotein will be deposited or will be attached to the teeth to form a sticky substance. This is known as plaque, and calculus is nothing but, we all know, we are going to our teeth enamel is produced or it is formed due to the calcium and phosphate mineral ions. Now the calcium salt precipitate out from the saliva and it forms a plaque is not treated if with this 24 hours. The formed plaque, if we are not going to treat this plaque within 24 hours, if you have not removed this deposited yellowish or sticky substance from the tooth, so it is converted into the calculus. That means it is the second stage of the plaque. If plaque we are not going to treat within 24 hours, then it will be converted into the calculus. Due to the hardening of that glycoprotein material, it is going to deposit on the teeth enamel. So this is the second problem. Now for the treatment of the plaque and calculus, we have to treat this with the help of soft rounded nylon bristle toothpaste to remove this sticky substance, sticky attachment to the teeth, as well as we are going to treat these with the help of dentifrices and desensitizing agents. Now what are those dentifrices and desensitizing agents? Dentifrices is nothing but, we are going to use a toothpaste which will contain a presence of sodium bicarbonate, calcium carbonate, disodium phosphate and fluoride ion. Just now only we have seen in the first problem, that is dental caries, that dental caries must be treated with the help of fluoride. For that marketed formulation or marketed compound is sodium fluoride. Then to treat the plaque and calculus, we are going to use a second category of compounds. हे सगळे कंपाऊंड्स आपण डिटेल मध्ये शिकणार आहोत, दॅट इज डेंटिफ्रायसिस. डेंटिफ्रायसिस म्हणजे काय असले पाहिजे? अ टूथपेस्ट की ज्याच्यामध्ये काय काय प्रेझेंट असलं पाहिजे? सोडियम बायकार्बोनेट. वाय सोडियम बायकार्बोनेट? टू न्यूट्रलाइज दिस glycoprotein deposited on the tooth enamel. Then calcium carbonate, dibasic calcium phosphate and fluoride ion. Then the next treatment for the plaque and calculus is desensitizing agent, with a 5% of potassium nitrate compound used to reduce the sensitivity of the teeth to hot, heat and cold. Now we have already seen the tears of teeth. We all know whole teeth or this whole tears of teeth is surrounded with rich supply of blood vessels and nerves. See here, this is surrounded by rich supply of nerves and blood vessels. Now due to all these problems, that is dental caries, plaque and calculus, there will be a continuously pain will be arises in the tooth enamel. They will sensitize these nerves and blood vessels towards the pain. So we have to treat this sensitization, or sometimes that enamel will be completely demineralized. He will lost his proper functioning and normal behavior of that tooth. So that's why our teeth will be sensitized due to hot, heat and cold. So in order to avoid this sensitivity of towards this environmental changes or a food material, we are going to treat that person with a desensitizing agent containing 5% potassium nitrate compound used to reduce the sensitivity of teeth towards hot, heat and cold. Now gingivitis, next problem or next common health dental health problem is gingivitis. Is nothing but swelling of the gingiva. What is gingivitis? Hirdia. Hirdia is nothing but gingivitis. So swelling and inflammation of this gingiva is known as gingivitis. Itis is nothing but swelling. So gingivitis is nothing but inflammation of gingiva, which is caused by the microorganism. Now If we are going to associate it with the first problem, that is dental caries, second problem plaque, calculus, third problem sensitivity issue with the tooth. So that time, due to that attack of these microorganisms on that tooth and surrounding environment, there will be the swelling of the gingiva will happen due to the infection of the microorganism. Now, for that, we are going to treat that gingivitis with a eugenol. Eugenol is nothing but one of the major component of the clove, lavang. That's why sometime our mother is going to told us that please hold that lavang for clove for either 1 hour or half an hour. You will be feeling relaxed from that problem of teeth, because the clove, that is lavang, will contain eugenol as a major constituent. And if we are going to continuously masticate that clove inside our mouth, it will release the eugenol and will be feeling relaxed, feeling comfortable from this problem of gingivitis. Now, for the treatment of this gingivitis, we are going to treat this disorder with a eugenol or anesthetic. Anesthetic means in order to avoid continuous paining in that region, we are going to give the anesthesia, that is benzocaine, or we can rinse our mouth with a mouthwashes, or we are going to treat that person with a painkiller, NSAID, that is acetaminophen, or we can treat that person with a paracetamol as a analgesic. Now, the next problem which is associated with the mouth and teeth is lesions. Lesions means तोंड येण्याची procedure किंवा allergic reaction. So occur on the non-keratinized mucosal surface of the teeth. This is again a next problem associated with tooth procedure. It is due to the lesion or redness of the mouth surface or mucosal surface of our mouth. Now, for the treatment of these lesions and heat sensitivity reaction, is we are going to require 7 to 14 days for the treatment of this to heal this lesion, and we are going to treat it with the protectants, local anesthetic, and wound cleansing agent. So these many treatment we are going to prescribe for a person if it is from the if it is associated with the lesion procedure. So what are the common health problems for the tooth? It is dental caries, plaque and calculus, then uh, gingivitis, and the last one just now we have seen that it is lesions. Now, how these all problems we are going to treat with the help of dental products. Now, what is the definition of the dental products? These are actually a products which are used to treat or prevent various common dental problems. Now, we have just now seen that the common dental problems, and to treat all those common dental problems, we are going to use dental products. Now, how they are classified, or what is the category of those compounds, how they are classified? It is classified into anti-caries agents and dentifrices. Anti-caries agents are the agents which are going to provide the tooth decay and tooth caring procedure. So, anti-caries are used for the to stop the tooth decay procedure. So, what are those? They are actually fluorides and sodium fluoride. Then dentifrices. These are the agents used to treat other dentifrices. It is a material which is used for the cleaning of the teeth and adjacent gums. Anti-caries are used for the treatment of to prevent the tooth caries, dental caries, dental decay procedure, and dentifrices are the compounds used for the cleaning of the teeth and their adjacent gums in order to avoid the gingivitis procedure. So these are actually fluorides, desensitizing agents, and calcium carbonates. So we'll discuss one by one the first category of compound that we are going to discuss. In the case of anti-caries agent is fluorides. Now fluorides are actually used in the, it is used as a anti-caries agent or a tooth decay, which are more or less disease of the tooth caused by the acid produced by the action of microorganism on this tooth enamel. Now, why these microorganisms are going to demineralize the tooth enamel? Characterized by the decalcification of the tooth, which is accompanied by foul mouth odor. This microorganism will continuously attack on this healthy tooth enamel. So there will be an acid attack on this tooth enamel. So there is a complete demineralization of the decalcification of this tooth enamel happening. So decalcification and demineralization means this is an healthy teeth surrounded by the calcium and phosphate enamel. And due to the acid attack on this tooth enamel, there will be a continuous solubilization and release of these calcium ions from this tooth enamel will be happening, and it will be converted into an dental caries. So the exact mechanism and cause of the dental caries is not known with a certainty. However, it is accepted that dental caries first of all start with the surface of the teeth. That there is acid attack of this microorganism on these tooth enamel. So there is formation of tooth decay procedure. During tooth decay or caries procedure, they are going to solubilize the protective enamel covering of this calcium and phosphate, which is there. They are solubilized, they are released from their enamel. That's why the dental demineralization of the tooth enamel will be happening, and it is converted into a caries and cavity. So that's why there is formation of an caries and cavity inside the teeth. Now, to prevent this dental caries, to maintain the clean and healthy teeth, we are going to treat that person with a fluoride treatment. So, this dentifrices or fluorides, what they are going to do? It is clean the surface of the teeth, and they are the substances having a therapeutic value. Which substances are going to have the therapeutic value? A substance containing fluoride in it. So we are going to treat that person with a fluoride containing compounds. Now, what is the role of fluoride in the normal behavior or normal healthiness of the teeth? This fluoride will stop the procedure of demineralization. So these fluoride ions will not allow the demineralization, that is acid attack on the healthy tooth enamel. So the role of fluoride in preventing the dental caries, it is well accepted. Administration of traces of fluoride having a salt and their use in the topical value of a tooth, it is reported long back. Fluoride ions is a trace material which occurs in our body, generally adequately obtained from the food and water. Our water will also contain a normal concentration of drinking water will also contain a normal concentration of fluoride ion. So it is helped to reduce and preventing the dental caries. That means they are going to prevent the demineralization procedure because they received the continuous indigestion of the fluoride may suffer from the mottling of the tip. So when fluoride having salt or a solution is taken internally, when we are going to take a fluoride ions internally, it is readily absorbed and transported and deposited in the bone, developing the teeth enamel protective from the acid attack. Now there is deposition of this fluoride ion on this tooth enamel in order to avoid the demineralization procedure. So our water will contain the normal concentration of fluoride ion, and if it is not there, then we are going to treat this person with a sodium fluoride. So administration of either oral fluorine, that is the fluorination of public water. Now the water which is coming to us from the municipality or from our wells and rivers, it is continuously fluorinated. That procedure is known as the fluorination, fluoridation. Either will contain the 0.5 to 1 ppm concentration of fluorine in public water to avoid the tooth enamel and other dental problems. As well as from externally, we are going to administer the sodium fluoride in the form of sodium fluoride products. Now, the properties and physical properties of the sodium fluoride are: this is white powder, colorless crystals. They are soluble in water and insoluble in alcohol. Chemical property of sodium fluoride is similar to that of sodium chloride. It is produced upon addition of mineral acid. So if you are going to treat sodium fluoride with hydrochloric acid, so there is formation of an hydrofluoric acid and sodium chloride. Now, how we are going to prepare this sodium chloride in the lab? The reaction between hydrofluoric acid with the sodium carbonate. So there is formation of an sodium fluoride, water and carbon dioxide. Now, the double decomposition of calcium fluoride with the sodium carbonate. If we are going to decompose calcium fluoride with sodium carbonate, then also we can synthesize sodium fluoride, which is used in the treatment of tooth decay procedure. Now, the assay we are going to perform this sodium fluoride is by non-aqueous titration. With the help of indicator, we are going to use crystal violet as an indicator using perchloric acid as a solution. So this is use of sodium fluoride as an anti-caries agent. The next class we are going to use is dentifrices. It is also known as cleansing agent. The dentifrices, it is used to clean the teeth as well as the accessible surface of the teeth. Generally, the dentifrices agent will contain the dental products. Those are paste, toothpaste, tooth powders, and slurries. Now, what are these actually contain? This dentifrices agent is a material which is used for the cleaning of the teeth and their adjacent gum. So we can apply it with the help of finger and preferably with the help of toothbrush. In earlier cases, it is applied with the help of finger. Nowadays, everybody is using toothbrush for the application of dentifrices agent. Now, the main drawback is that it will not be able to clean the surface inside the cavities. The main drawback with the dentifrices is we are going to clean the tooth enamel, but we cannot clean the inside or internal surface of the tooth enamel inside the cavities. So a good cleansing agent, the contents of the dentifrices are phosphate salts, calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, aluminum oxide. It will also contain silicates, foaming agent and flavoring agent. So everybody has their own application. So the use of presence of this phosphate salt is it is also known as diabasic calcium phosphate. So it is a very found powder and used in the dentifrices, which will provide the good flow property to this either toothpaste or to the tooth powder. As well as it is odorless and tasteless. It will give the uh, good flow property to the toothpaste and tooth powder. Then the next compound is calcium carbonate. Now the use of calcium carbonate is actually uh, give the main application of this calcium carbonate is externally as a dentifrice. It is used as a dentifrice. It is one of the component of the dentifrice. It is giving or traditionally used as a dental cleansing and polishing agent. So the use of this calcium carbonate is dental cleansing and polishing agent for toothpaste and tooth powder, as it is incompatible with the fluoride fluoride salts, because even though the calcium carbonate is water insoluble, it is reacting with the fluoride ions. So we are going to use a normal traces of calcium carbonate in the dental products or dentifrices. Then the next compound is magnesium carbonate. Same use. It is going to give the rigid nature and texture to the toothpaste and tooth powder. Aluminum oxide for the basicity. Silicates for the texture. Then foaming agent in order to avoid or in order to kill those microorganisms which are there in our mouth, and flavoring agent for the acceptance property of this toothpaste and tooth powder. Now the next class is desensitizing agents. Now already we have discussed that sometimes the tooth are sensitive to the heat cold procedure, heat and cold environment, especially during tooth decay. If the tooth is already decayed or the dental caries is already formed, then in that case those teeth of that persons are sensitive towards the heat and cold. So the agent which are used to reduce the sensitivity of teeth to the heat and cold, those agents are known as desensitizing agent. Now, so these are used in the dental preparation so as to reduce the sensitivity of teeth towards heat and cold. So the exact mechanism of desensitizing agent is not known up till now. So they will act as a desensitizing agent by local anesthetic property. So if the teeth are sensitive to the heat and cold, on the site of tooth decay, there is strong sensitivity of toothache, heat, and cold. So this desensitizing agent will reduce the sensitivity and may by acting as a, so they are going to act by the mechanism that is by local anesthetic. Local anesthetic means locally तेवढ्यापुरता जो काही एरिया आहे tooth decayचा प्रोसिजर तो anesthetic केला जातो, तो पेनिंग प्रोसिजर रिड्यूस केली जाते. So the examples or the components which are used as a desensitizing agents are pumice, zinc chloride, and calcium carbonate. Now already we have discussed the use of calcium carbonate to give the texture for the toothpaste and tooth powder. One more function of calcium carbonate is to give the it is used as a desensitizing agent. So this pumice, zinc chloride, and calcium carbonate are used as a desensitizing agent, from which the calcium carbonate, the synonym of calcium carbonate is calcium or precipitated chalk. It is white, odorless, tasteless powder and very slightly soluble in water. What are the physical properties with the calcium carbonate? Become soluble in the presence of carbon dioxide. If we are going to solubilize the calcium carbonate, it is present in the presence of, it is soluble in the presence of carbon dioxide and ammonium salts. Then it neutralizes the acid. See, the calcium carbonate will neutralize the acid which is produced in our mouth. That's why the demineralization procedure will not happen. Now the preparations of calcium carbonate is from the sodium carbonate when it is reacting with the calcium chloride. So there is formation of a calcium carbonate. We can produce the calcium carbonate by passing carbon dioxide in the lime water. Then acid, it is by complexometric titration. It is dissolved in dilute hydrochloric acid and boiled to remove the excess of carbon dioxide. And the moment we are going to remove the excess of carbon dioxide, the remaining solution we are going to titrate with standard disodium edetate solution. Now the uses of calcium carbonate, it is non-systemic antacid used in the dentifrices to avoid the tooth decay procedure, as well as it is used as an pharmaceutical aid. Now the remaining compound we will discuss in next class. Everybody put down your attendance in the chat box.